Hi, this is your girl Christina Gold, and we are back with another video. I'm so excited that I'm back and I'm recording, and it's just gonna be a fun time. So I'm not sure why this battery thing is saying that there's no battery when I just charged this thing like the other day. But today we're gonna talk about creating multiple streams of income and why it's important. Actually, no, scratch that. Today I'm just gonna tell the story of how I got fired. Yes, I got fired from my job. My company was just like, you're no longer needed, and it's a hot mess. This is why it's so important to have multiple streams of income, to have an emergency fund, to have a backup plan, because once a company decides that they no longer need you, they just like to get your 1 week severance pay, and that's it. So it was just a normal day, right? I'm just going to work. It's a normal day. You know, I'm going to work. The owner comes in. She's like, hi, how you doing? You know, la da 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 da. I'm working on a big project. And like two hours later, or 2-3 hours into the workday, she asked me if I can go meet with a gentleman. And I'm thinking that he's a media rep, because so what I do, I worked at a marketing company, and what I did was I was like the liaison between the media reps and our company and our clients. So I was like pretty much the coordinator. So I was like, okay, you know, this is normal. So we go in the conference room and we meet. And the guy was like, so you've been working here for X amount of months? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, well, they're deciding to let you go effective today. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? 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 I'm just like, wait, skrrr, pump your brakes. Did I just hear what I thought I heard? And I'm like, wait, it took a long time it took me a while to process, and I'm like, why? And he was like, don't worry about it. Just know that they're letting you go effective today. And I'm just like, it took everything in me not to cuss him straight out. But I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to get all my stuff, and I'm going to bounce. So he followed me to the kitchen to get all my belongings, all my food that was in there for the week. And I went out the conference room, and you know, and when all this happened, the owner of the company, she was nowhere to be found. Such a coward. I mean, she was a coward. She didn't want to answer none of my questions. Like, as soon as I went into the conference room, she left the building. I don't know, was she afraid of me because I'm black? What's going on? I didn't really know. So when I walked out the conference room, I looked at my coworkers and I was like, oh, you guys, bye, you know, nice knowing you. I'm leaving. They're like, wait, why? And I was like, oh, well, they're firing me. I'm leaving. They're like, what? They're just as shocked as I am. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. The supervisor, she wasn't even in that day. She was working from home. The owner, you know, she was nowhere to be found. She left the building. Like, she didn't want to be bothered or whatever. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I grab all my stuff, get my last paycheck, and I leave. And, you know, it was just such a shocker to me that I was just like, okay, what's going on? And I'm like, okay, God, what is going on? Because, you know, if you were the one opening these doors, like, no man can shut it. So I'm like, okay, this obviously is not what you want me to do. What do you want me to do? How do you want me to reposition my life? So I took that, and I told myself, I was like, I never want to put myself in that position again. And it's not so much that I don't want to work for anyone again. It's more so that I don't want to have like the majority of my bulk income coming from one source to where someone else is in control of that. Like, if I'm not in control of for myself. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So while I was working there, I was already building to leave anyway, but it wasn't for a while. I was building up to leave. I was trying to build my website. I was trying to get all this other stuff going, and to really focus and hone in on what God wanted me to do with my life. So I'm just like, okay. So right now, I'm happy to report I've been working for myself for 2 months, and it's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but now I'm more on a consistent revenue, or shall I say, I am bringing in a consistent amount each month. And I'm so happy and proud, because when you work for yourself, although you may work more than 40 hours a week, it doesn't feel like working. Like you are doing stuff to contribute to your greater good, to your goal, to your purpose, and it doesn't feel like you're working. But when you're working for someone else, slaving away, being a wage slave, you know, they set the ceiling. When you work for yourself, you set your own ceiling. You could create multiple streams of income. Like I do YouTube, I do web design, I do consulting, and I have some other great things in the works. So you can really be the master of your own life, of your own income. So that's my story, and I just was like, hold up. And then after that, like, I went to an event called Workplace Slave. You see it on my other video. Went to Workplace Slave, and I just got really motivated by the women and their stories, how they were at the bottom, how they decided to invest their last $300 into themselves, and now they have multi-million-dollar businesses off of $300 and a dream and a hustle, and not being afraid to put their pride to the side to do the things that normal people probably would have quit when something like that happened, but they just kept going. So I just took their determination and their hunger and their just, you know, perseverance, and I was just like, I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm gonna hit hard. I know I have a lot to offer. I just can't wait to put all the stuff out. And a lot of times, like, you can get so consumed with what's going on social media, so I had to just disconnect. And so I'm making this video, and I don't want it to be too long because it looks like it's gonna be too long. But yeah, so that's my story, and I hope I was looking at the camera, because, you know, I was just all over the place. But it's just like, when I was working there, it was just so draining. Like, let me tell you, so draining. I was so miserable there, and I just felt like I had to stay there because I wanted to keep up with paying my rent, because I was living in a luxury apartment at the time. And I'm just like, wait, what am I doing all this for? Like, why? It doesn't make any sense. And I wasn't trying to keep up with anybody. It was more so my daughter can go to a certain school. But now I'm thinking, like, why even want her to go to that school? She's the only one who looks like her there. All this work that I put into building her self-esteem up is getting slowly, like, chipped away because there's nobody who looks like her. Nobody to affirm her. And that's another thing. Like, I don't want her to have to go through what I went through. A lot of times I was the only black person in the room. A lot of times I was only the black kid, and I was the poster child for everything black, and everyone wanted to know, well, why do you wear this? Why's your hair long one day? Why is it short the next day? No. Boom. Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself and your own life. Okay? Don't worry about my life. Don't worry about how I have my hair. Don't worry about how I do what. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. Worry about you. But this is rant. Like, why am I ranting? Like, let me just chill. Okay. So, about me getting fired. My boss is such a coward. She's a coward. She's a coward. And you know, I didn't even go onto the Glassdoor to just, I didn't go to interview. I didn't go to review the company or to, like, slander its name. I really don't care, you know. I'm not giving any energy. You know, I thought about it, but I'm not, because there's already a review up there, which I should have took heed of, that said everything that it really was. And then for that shock to happen, just like, no warning, no nothing, no clues, like, I was doing a bad job or anything. It was just really like, boom, bam, we don't need you, bye, peace, be gone. You have a good life. Like, do we care about your life? Psh, probably not. But anyways, this is getting